Hi, I'm Martin Andelman. I'm the CEO of Deltrium, gummies for grown-ups. We all heard about gummies back in the 70s, or edibles, we called them. They were like pot brownies, stuff like that. I don't really remember trying them back then, but I remember hearing about it a lot, right? Then one time I had a friend come over. I said, do you know how to make these things? And he said, sure. So he took some weed, he cooked it in butter, he made it into a brownie. I ate one and almost killed myself. It was too strong. I had to go to bed immediately. And I was like, I remember being in bed going, just fall asleep, just fall asleep, just fall asleep. And thank God I did. I learned that one of the things that's happened to cannabis is it got too strong. It's just really strong. The DEA says it's like 20 to 80 times stronger than it was in 1995. 20 to 80 times stronger. I mean, to give you an idea how strong that is, if I were 20 times stronger than I am now, I'd have my own comic book series. So we started a company here in North Carolina called Deltrium, and we make gummies. And we have 6 different blends of cannabinoids. We use 40 different cannabinoids, blend them in different ratios to create very different effects. And when to use a different blend. Like, for example, we have a blend of cannabinoids that will keep you up all night, and then one that'll put you directly to sleep. Right? You wouldn't think of that when you think of cannabis. You don't think, I need something really stimulating. I think I'll find a cannabis product. Right? They usually go the other way. It's not true. If you blend cannabinoids differently, it'll keep you up all night, make you very productive. There's different kinds of highs is what we discovered, right? There's the kind of high we think of intoxicated to be high, but there's sort of a high if colors are brighter and you're happy, but you can still do math, right? Some people just want a little something to unwind, like a glass of wine on a Friday night. Other people want to be baked or toasted, which are the names of our 2 new pinnacle blends that, are coming out. All of our products have products with a purpose. Very focused blend for a very specific purpose. It's coming, it's changing. I know an 82-year-old grandmother who currently, right now, buys Delta-9 gummies online for her daughter. Anybody my age can tell you that didn't used to happen, ever. Now it's happening, so it is changing. I think one of the biggest challenges, they're right about those things, but one of the biggest challenges I just saw recently, there's a study that came out where they analyzed labeling for these Delta-8 products and found that a lot of them are crap. I have a candy bar at home I ordered. It says 3500 D9 on the front of it, real big. And then it's got a QR code on the back, which frankly I thought was going to be broken, but it wasn't. It was there, the lab report was there. There's no D9 in that at all. But it says 3500 D9 on the front. And to think, I thought, well, maybe that's unusual. It's not. We need tighter restrictions on how things are labeled and disclosed and so forth. There's some things I've seen in stores, they'll say 50 mg of something. I don't know if that's the weight of the bag. I don't know if that's the sugar content. The labeling needs to be made better, because if we're going to educate consumers, they have to be able to count on knowing what's inside. There's too many things where you look at 6 different products, they all have the same ingredients, they all say they do something different. It's crazy. It's got to be tightened up. People have to be able to count on the label being right. This is sales of hemp-derived cannabinoids in the U.S. This is as of about a month ago. 2020, so 200 million in 2020, from 200 million to 1,470 million the next year. 2022. 2.3 billion, 2023, 2.7 billion, $3 billion it's going up this year, and that's reported sales. What's that number really? I don't know. So let me say this from a federal level, and then, these guys know North Carolina so much better. I've only been here 4 years, I've been reading about it a lot. I feel like I need to ask some guy named Art Pope whether he's in favor of it. If he is, I guess that's gonna pass immediately, but that's sort of a joke. The point is, federally, ready? I'm gonna go out on a limb. This is what I think, okay? I try to stay totally plugged into this. This is what I think. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, White House spokesperson or press secretary was asked by a bunch of people in the media whether these rumors of descheduling or rescheduling cannabis, being imminent. The White House spokesperson responded by saying, and I quote, she waved her hand and went, I don't think you're gonna hear anything about that this week. I was watching, I went, this week? That sort of sounds like something's coming, right? I mean, why wouldn't she just say, I don't think you're going to hear anything about that this week? That sounds good. So I went, if you go back and you want the history, President Biden in October, said we're doing we're doing a whole study of the cannabis scheduling, so forth, by the HHS and by the FDA, by the DEA, by all the alphabet soup of government agencies. Those things have all completed. It has now been kicked back to the Justice Department. Everyone recommended rescheduling or descheduling. Everyone. FDA. Every single government regulatory agency has recommended rescheduling or descheduling. Last week, they announced that they were kicking it back to Justice Department and they're going to make some final determination. There's no question about it. The emails you get in, the people that called, the people that couldn't sleep, tried dreaming, and it made them able to sleep through the night. I don't know, is there a health claim about that? I don't have any medical research on this, but I can tell you that if you sleep through the night, it's better. Do we need to study that? I suppose we do. Fine, but it's better. So hearing about the stories from people is just transformational. It's like, you ever read a Tylenol PM label? If you did, you would never take it. You're not even for 3 days and you can have kidney failure. I talked to an MD about it who said, Tylenol came out today, it would require a prescription. I mean, there's no way it would be just given out over the counter. So being able to see people switch off of, in some cases, opioids, in some cases, they're taking sleeping pills at night, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and they're drinking more than there's just so many negatives. And hearing people when they try to have that experience is just, I don't know, it's really gratifying. It makes you feel terrific.
And that's a wrap for our panel discussion. And keep hanging out. The Hemparoo goes till 6.